Hi, I'm Pat of Women of Color in Cannabis.
And I'm Lo, also co-founder of Women of Color in Cannabis. So it's WOCC, pronounced WOCC. We met at a
Women Grow event.
Was it Women Grow?
It was.
Oh, when I met Pat, it just felt like a kindred spirit. And
one of the things that we encountered when we went to these networking events is the feeling of being the other in the room.
Something we both noticed was the lack of people who looked like us. There weren't a lot of Black females at these networking events. I think for me, sometimes it tends to be a bit predatory. You know, I'm a younger woman, no children yet. And sometimes, especially when you're going to these networking events and you are a female who's open consumption, you always get, I'd like to have a business conversation with someone. I'd like to pick their brain for, you know, for increasing my skill set. I want to learn something. But you often get those, you know, oh, you can be a product model, or we should have a smoke session. You know, and it's like, yeah, I understand that cannabis is an informal industry, but it shouldn't be unprofessional.
And what we wanted to do with WOCC is to make it so that whenever anyone came to one of our events or just interacted with us, that they felt very welcome, and when they walked away from it, that they felt informed. Now I'm very comfortable having conversations with people about cannabis and my consumption of it, and also my advocacy for it. Previously though, I'd have to say it was very, very uncomfortable. I was in the green closet for a long time. I'm still a bit in there because I've not shared with everyone in my life where I am in my walk on this journey, but I am definitely more comfortable. As a mother, I consume with my adult daughters, and that's a great thing. It's being able to just break that stigma. I have a son though who is 26 years old, who does not smoke, and is my reason for my cannabis advocacy, because at 17 years old, he was arrested on our front steps for possession of marijuana that he did not have, and got hit with federal charges. And so my relationship with it is very complicated, to say the least.
Like Patricia, I've also gotten, you know, a lot more open about it. Like my parents know. It's not something that I hide. They've known for years now. And, you know, despite how they feel about that, it's not something I'm going to change. And my mom recently...
Say it.
Yes,
Say it.
She recently tried. My parents are Jamaican. And the thing that I hate is that everyone assumes that Jamaicans are pro-cannabis. Most of them are not.
Yep.
And you know, that's a stigma that I feel like I break all the time. Because people are like, oh, you're Jamaican, you must have grown up around. I'm like, no. In fact, my parents are highly not on board. Until very recently, my mom was suffering with like insomnia. And I'm like, Mom, you need to try these drops, put it in your tea at night, and swear to God, you're gonna be out like a light. She did not believe me, she was so against it. She finally tried it, and she slept like a baby. And that's also, you know, a barrier that we try to break with, you know, the elderly, or the people who, whether they're Caribbean or not, just bought into the fact that, you know, cannabis is not good for you and it has no benefits.
Yeah.
So we're constantly changing a lot of people's minds about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And that makes me happy.
I don't feel like they do advertise to women.
I feel like they pander to women. You know, a lot of pinks everywhere. A lot of females laughing, but like, what's new?
Right.
A lot of whitewashing. And maybe you'll get a token Black person in an ad now, since everything has been unfolding during COVID. But yeah, I feel like we're pandered to. I feel like we're satiated. They give us enough to say that it's not completely male-facing industry. But I think we know, they always say follow the money. It's very male.
Cannabis is very male and white. And I don't know how long it's going to take for that to change, but what we don't want to do is continue to ask someone to change that. Yeah. We are doing what we can to change it. We find that even organizations that are fronted by people that look like us, that they don't necessarily serve us. And I say us meaning women and Black and brown people.
Oh, we want to get as many Black and brown people, but primarily women, but people, into the cannabis industry. So we're all about increasing your skill set. We're all about letting you know about how transferable skills work. You've had a job for the minute you could work. There's a way that you can use those skills in the cannabis industry. So we're all about helping people find out what it is they want to do in the industry and setting them on that journey and being as involved in that journey as they'd let us. Our goal is to be nationwide. So we are New York-based, Brooklyn-based right now, but we do have followers and members from, you know, all across the nation, which is really exciting.
London too.
London too. And Puerto Rico, well, technically.
But we also, I think that because we say women of color in cannabis, there is a misconception that we are only for women, and we are not. We are, women of color in cannabis we will always be the seat of power. That's the deal, but we are for everyone. Yeah. We're for men, we are for everyone. Yeah, non-gender binary folks, you know, like we're all for it. It's just like Pat said, it's very important to us that the seat of power resides with women of color. Too often companies get bought out, you know, too often when you do see women of color or people of color on a board or with executive power, you're a chief diversity officer, or it's a nameless, a powerless position. So it's very important to us that our CEO, our CFO, CIO, CTO will always be women of color, but we seek to help everyone. And we're here to share this knowledge with anyone who's willing to listen. We're the women of WOCC. Thank you guys for watching the Dante Report.
Oh,
shut up. Is it report?
The report, yeah.
You got it. The Dante Report. I'm sorry. Okay.
That was good though.
Okay. Smoke weed every day.
Every day.